Hello again. Ellouise Schoettler here, ready with a story. Wearing my mask, it's a different color. Maybe you'll like that. It's a different color, but I just wear it as a reminder to everybody. Put it in your pocket and don't forget it. That we help each other if we're wearing those masks. Well, it's been quite some time, hasn't it? I've had quite a week and a half. I hope you haven't had as much of a week and a half as I have, but I've had a week and a half and I'm going to tell you about it. There may be some things there that would be helpful. Uh, how about the weather today? Shall we discuss that just for a moment? Sleet, sleet, getting up, finding the sleet, the, the ice on the road. I looked out the bedroom window and there it was, just what they had promised us. But I'm not thinking as much about what's happening outside my house. I really feel sorry for the people in Texas and down in that way where the snow and the ice. But when they talk about Texans, I lived in San Antonio for a while. Jim was stationed down there when he was in the Air Force. And in a lovely town, San Antonio, we never felt anything unpleasant in the weather. And when they start telling you they have no water to drink, food's hard, and it's so cold, and that they're in their houses without heat. Anyway, so now we're back. We're back into life, right? So I was just saying, let's have a moment sometime today to give a good thought for the people in Texas and hope that they figure that out today or somebody brings them something that will help them. It's just really frightening. Okay, so here, well, I can tell you the truth of what we're going to go through. I don't know what you're going to go through. Today, I'm wearing about 3 levels of clothing. Now, I have a furnace in my house. It's a 3-level house. I have a furnace in here, this very small room. And I have a little heater right beside me. But you know something? That heat doesn't come to me as fast as I want it to. So I had to just layer all these things on my body. I'm heavy. I'm heavier than I am ordinarily heavy. But I'm going to take care of it. Don't you do that? When you're in one of these situations that you plus, I'm wearing wool socks. Think about that. I've got gloves on if I need them. They're right over here. I'm going to cook ahead. I've already made soup. I'm going to make a egg thing tonight. And it will be best if it's hot, but it's still good if it's cold. And I'm just going to try to fix the house. I'll get out some extra blankets, probably. Get out some things. And I'm just putting the things out and trying to take care of whatever might have. But you don't have to have it happen. I like to do it that way. So basically, what I'd been worrying about for about a month and a half was whether or not I was going to get my vaccine. I hope that if you're eligible for it, it's age that gets you eligible for it in my world, that you will be getting it soon. But I'm going to tell you my little teeny story about it. Before the 1st of February, in the paper, on the internet, every place, they were talking about for us here in Montgomery County that it was going to open up around the 1st of February. So I was sending my name out and filling out my registration papers and sending them off. And it said 75 and up. Now I'm up. And so when they said that, I thought, oh, this ought to be just nothing, just nothing. And so it became to be a lot because I didn't get a telephone call. I didn't get anything on the email or anything. And you get antsy if you're not getting responded to things that you think are so important that you need to get it. And I talk to a lot of people that I know, some who are in my age range, some who are much younger than I, and we were all worried. How are we going to jump this? And so we started talking to other people, and I would find out tips from people, what they had done that they thought if I did it, it would help me get somebody that knows the road, get somebody that's quicker, that really has a taste on this. A lot of storytellers had already picked up how to do it, and they were picking up information on where to call or where to send something, how to get your name in there, because it was like a lottery. I couldn't believe it because this was serious medical work. How do you do a lottery for serious medical stuff? And then someone told me something. She said, Ellouise, do you have your family helping you? I said, well, no, I hadn't really thought of that yet. She said, I've got 5 of my relatives, and they're in 5 different states, and they're helping me. They're making calls, they're calling, you know, and hey, that's great. I hadn't even thought to ask him. I have a daughter that lives here. My son lives 25 minutes from me, and my other daughter is in California, and she knows the job. So they stepped in. They ran in to help Mama out. And I was so happy when that happened. And there may be somebody out there that you can help or that will help you. So don't forget that. Well, what happened was one of my storyteller friends called me and sent me a list of places to call. And it was all storytellers that gave me the information I needed, the places that they thought would be possible and that they had some had used, they knew about it. So I gave it out to my 3 folks. The first 4 days, they weren't getting anywhere. Nothing was answering. They weren't getting one darn where. And so at 8 o'clock one morning, it was a Monday morning, my son called and he said, Mom, get up, get up. I've got it. I've got it for you. And I said, what do you mean you've got it? I've got you your date for your that's whatever it is, for your shot. And I said, you can't. What did you do? That's wonderful, but what did you do? How did you do it? He says, I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I started dialing into the website. And finally, they answered. You know, they gave me something I could respond on. I had already put your name in. I had already put all your, your information. And they called and they gave it. It will be Friday. No, that's not right. It will be Saturday, 2:45. I said, oh my gosh, how can I do that, Jimmy? You're doing it because you've got it. I said, you don't understand. There's a deep friend of all of ours, and there's a Zoom memorial that morning. Look at the times, Mom. You can do both of them. There won't be a problem. And I'll run over and I'll pick you up. It's on Zoom. He's in Philadelphia. It's on Zoom. It will all work. It did. Jimmy arrived on time. But now I have to tell you, I woke up and it was sleeting. And there was beginning to see ice on the roads. And I said to myself, I don't like that. I don't know about that. So I called my son and I said, this may not be the best of days for us to go. This is the day you're going, Mom. He sounded so firm about that. He said, I am a sure driver. I'm a careful driver. I've got a good car. We are going because you have to have that. You have to have that. And we've got a time when they're expecting you. When we got there, the parking lot was practically empty because others had not wanted to come out in the sleet. We were terribly brave and we went. And it was a beautiful experience. The woman that was giving these shots was recently trained. She was so sweet and lovely about it. She picked up the flesh, and there was no pain with that. They had a very thin, very sharp needle, and I never felt it. I said to her, I can't believe how easy you make this. Oh, I've been trained, she said. I've been trained. That's what you're going to find if you go out there. You're going to find it. Trained people, technicians who are ready and able to give you that medicine. One of the things that my daughter had called from California, this is a tip. She works for a medical site out there in California. And she said, I want you to get Jimmy, that's my son, to take the wheelchair. I said, I walk perfectly. She said, I don't want you sitting on any casual chairs, Mother. That's not part of this. It's like your 6 feet distance. That's necessary. It's your mask is necessary. And if you're sitting down, wipe it off and be careful about it. Oh, that is taking the next step. And so she's worked with a lot of doctors over there. She was very free. Take everything seriously that they tell you to do. Everything. So Jimmy got out the wheelchair out of the back of the car and he put me into it, which actually, since there was ice on the ground, I was glad to be rolling along with somebody holding me hard. But it was a good place to be. It was a wonderful place to be. And I feel better now that I've had that first shot. There's another shot, but I've had that first shot. And you'll maybe feel that way too. I slept better. I didn't have that same tension on me because I had started with my COVID vaccine. It'll come. Don't walk away from it. I talked to somebody, I called him and I said, what do you think? I don't know. I'm a little. Take the shots. Do not miss it, Ellouise. Do not miss it. Thank you for coming. I'll see you again very soon, and I'll try to have it funny. I really will. Take care.